So I hereby would have two proposals in order for Sabah to have enough fund to build Sabah basic infrastructures for industrialization purposes. So the first proposal is the 50% sharing of GST taxations from Sabah contribution. Since the GST bill has been passed in the lower house on the 7th April, despite strong opposition from the people of Malaysia, so I believe the next best move is to find an alternative to ensure that Sabah benefits from this national fiscal policy to improve the life of the people. Dato' Speaker, I propose that we adopt what the other countries have practiced. I would like to use our UK or Australia as a role model, because federal government of Australia expenditure was 401 billion. The state government of Western Australia expenditure was at 7.6 billion. In 2013, Western Australia state budget, out of all the budget, 2.8 billion comes from GST shares revenue given by the federal government. That is equivalent to 45% of the overall federal the GST revenue. So for me, I think I predict that GST collections in Sabah itself can easily reach 2 billion. Meaning to say, if we were to fight for 50% sharing of the GST contributions, we would have 1 billion extra revenue. Furthermore, Sabah is arguably the poorest state in Malaysia. Common Sabahans struggles to keep up with high rising prices on goods as they earn very low income or unreasonably low income. Price uniformity schemes by the federal government to close down the gap of prices between Sabah and West Malaysia has failed. The living expenses will continue to be high. So thus, Sabahan will be paying more GST for every same item purchased. For example, if in KL you buy a glass of coffee, it's 150, but if in Sabah, it's 3 ringgit. So meaning to say they will be paying 9 cents, but we Sabahan will be paying for 18 cents for the same item consumed. So with GST, Sabahan will be paying more tax than any other Malaysians outside Sabah. Thus, I propose this 50% GST sharing contribution to buffer the Sabahans from its impact. Then perhaps after having the 50% revenue, Sabah government can introduce and aid programs to help ease the hardness faced by the Sabahan, such as maybe better welfare systems or anything else. The state government would then kaji lah. Okay, especially for the bottom 25% of the poor people, because these are the poor category who will find it very difficult to pay for these GST contributions. I strongly believe that Sabah deserves to be given this 50% shares of the GST contribution, Dr. Speaker. The second one would be propose and support the call for the 20% oil royalty to increase Sabah revenue with approximately 3 million. Therefore, I humbly ask all Sabah representatives, regardless of our different political differences, that we collectively make a united stand and our official demand to the federal government that we demand for GST sharing and also 20% oil royalty. That will come up to about 4 billion extra income. I also agree with the call by many quarters that there should be decentralization of education power to Sabah. Of course, I also believe that we should have our own ministry. We should have our own programs to preserve our own Sabah native cultures and languages and everything. But we don't have that. So I think it is also timely for Sabah representatives, all of us, to make a collective stand to demand for more power from federal government, not only in the education, but also in other areas as well.